Yeah. It's Playboy. Playboy on IQ, man. I'm back. My reaction time, you feel me? Next on deck, we got the Island Boys. Paperwork revealed. I don't know what the hell this is about, but you know you say the Island Boy. I did just an Island Boy. I know if you've been watching it in there for like a week or so, you heard this shit. I guess some kind of paperwork came about the arrest after TikTok about 6ix9ine. Shout out 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Shout out 1090 Jake. Let's get to this shit, man. Yeah.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. For this video, we're gonna be speaking on the Island Boys, Kodiak Red, Fly Soldier. We're gonna be diving into the history of who they are and how just recently they blew up, but at the same time, somebody just came out with some paperwork saying one of the Island Boys is a snitch. Now 2021 is definitely the year of the Island Boys, as Fly Soldier and Kodiak Red, who previously went by Red 4 times, blew up overnight with their pool freestyle singing about their island roots. But the video left everybody wondering what island they're from. Are they talking about Rhode Island? They did time in Rikers Island? Come to find out, the twins are born and raised in Palm Beach County, Florida, and more or less they're singing about their Cuban descent. Before the TikTok fame, the twins were known for their Instagram lives where they argued with other influencers down in South Florida. That and the many mugshots they post to social media, along with the gang affiliation they'd claim, leaving many to question their authenticity in the streets. Growing up in Wellington, the twins would get arrested multiple times as juveniles and eventually be sentenced to serve time in level programs. Not to be confused with prison youth offenders or JIT camps that have an infamous reputation for extreme violence. The level programs aren't run by the Florida Department of Corrections, but by the Department of Juvenile Justice, meaning it wasn't prison, but it was only one step down from it, and it still had a reputation for violence and riots. Fly Soldier would later be seen on an Instagram live with Orlando rapper Hot Boy, and the two apparently have been incarcerated at the same program at the same time, with Hot Boy claiming he ran the facility and Fly saying it's all cap.
I just want to know, this is what I really want to know, man. Maybe I don't get it, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody that does this. Why do niggas be wearing this bulletproof vest with no bulletproofing in it, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Why? I know for the most part in a lot of states that bulletproof vests are illegal unless you have gotten shot before. You still gotta like file for it type shit, right? You know what I mean? But that's like some of the goofiest shit I've seen, bro. And there be a lot of like weak niggas that be doing that shit. Like, bro, I don't know.
Because the twins were juveniles in the majority of their arrests, paperwork isn't accessible as juvenile records remain confidential. So what they actually did isn't actually known, and we can only go off what they say or what they post. What comes as a surprise is just recently, and I mean only 5 days ago from this video being made, the twins would post to TikTok replying to a fan's comment about 6ix9ine.
You know, guys, 6ix9ine was not all that bad. What do you mean he snitched? You want to snitch?
Yeah, snitching is not like, it's not even a thing when you can't even come around.
You're canceled when you snitch.
Yeah.
We never snitched, homie.
Yeah, we never snitched, homie.
We never switched, homie. Hold on, I gotta run it back. That slow-mo was funny.
You're canceled when you snitch.
Yeah.
We never snitched, homie.
Yeah, we never snitched, homie.
Now,
One more time.
We never snitched, homie.
Yeah, we never snitched, homie.
Now, right after that, and I mean right after, paperwork would appear straight out of the Palm Beach County Clerk's office detailing a 2017 arrest and alleging none other than Kodiak Red snitched. May 13, 2021 at 10:43 p.m., a Palm Beach County deputy was sitting in his mock patrol car at the recreational center parking lot when a concerned citizen and his family approached him, stating approximately a minute before he'd arrived, a yellow Nissan almost flipped in the parking lot because of how fast the driver was going. They'd ask him to be on the lookout for the vehicle, and roughly 2 minutes later, as the deputy was leaving, he saw the Nissan entering at a high rate of speed. Turning around, he observed the vehicle continuing to drive at excessive speeds and improperly pass a vehicle before pulling into the soccer field and parking. The deputy conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle based on what he just seen, as the driver and passenger exited the vehicle at the same time. The deputy recognized Frank Venegas by the tattoo of a crown on the left side of his neck and advised him to get back in the vehicle. The driver continued walking towards the deputy and identified himself as Scott Richards.
Ooh.
When asked to produce a license, he spontaneously uttered
Scott Richards? Yo, this nigga Scott Richards, that's who they hang with? That nigga look like he runs a GTA server on Discord. Like, what the this nigga look like he's like the #1 Call of Duty player. Like, what's going on? Let's see what's going on. I feel like they was doing a deal or something with this nigga.
didn't have one. It was at that time he was detained and placed in the back of the patrol car. Running the vehicle's plates, dispatch alerted the deputy the vehicle was reported stolen the day prior from the Wellington Green Mall parking lot. Post Miranda, Scott stated he got the vehicle from the Wellington Green Mall and stated the keys were left in the vehicle when he got in the car. Scott was made aware the vehicle was stolen, initially saying he took it, before changing his story and saying he's not the one that stole it. The deputy then spoke with Frank, who post Miranda stated Scott took the vehicle from the Wellington Green Mall the day prior. Frank would continue stating his friends were texting him to get out of the car because it was stolen and yellow in color, meaning it stood out. When asked how he knew Scott stole the vehicle, he stated because his friends told him. Based on the suspect's statements, probable cause was found to charge Scott Richards with grand theft auto and driving without a license. Probable cause was also found to charge Frank Venegas with trespassing in a conveyance based on his statements, knowledge of the car being stolen, and occupying the car without being authorized, licensed, or invited. Both suspects were found to be on probation at the time of arrest, therefore, probable cause was also found to violate their probation. Now, covering as many criminal cases as I do, the first red flag I noticed was the grammar and terminology used. Instead of stating the date and time like May 13, 2021 at 10:43 p.m., the beginning of the arrest report just says, "I was sitting in my patrol car." And the fact that he said car instead of vehicle didn't even sound right. It's the little things while reading the report word for word that made me think either this was written by someone trying to sound like a cop or a dumbass trying to sound smart. Everything about the papers themselves looked legit, from the dates to the stamps, but the writing made me think this paperwork might be a dub. It could be fake, and people could just be hating on the twins yet again. But looking at the bottom, it states the arresting officer was T. Rodriguez, badge number 8846, and a quick search would find Tom Rodriguez with a matching badge number and damn near identical signature. So the paperwork seems official with the little details checking out. And Rodriguez looks a little slow, so it makes sense his writing was a little off. According to Scott Richards, he'd later be found guilty in this case and sentenced to 9 months in a level program. And according to the paperwork, it's looking like Frank, or Kodiak Red, flat out told the police Scott stole the whip. But at the same time, Scott basically admitted to the shit, saying he found it with the keys in it and for some reason decided to drive off. So I highly doubt he would have beat the case if Red didn't say anything. Fast forward, and both twins were back on the street, fresh out of juvie, and changed their entire image, dropping back-to-back tattoos looking like they just served life. Now, they've never said they were gang banging in juvie, and programs aren't as big on gangs as they are on home teams, meaning you're rocking with your city or you're rocking with your county. But some way, somehow, Flying Red came home and were banging blood, claiming sex, money, murder.
Who you be?
Pussy.
Who you be?
Man, you're pussy. Well, you know who I be.
Y'all niggas pussy and fuck.
You know who I be.
Talk that. You not gang. You not gang.
I'm on my mom gang. Fucking talking.
What are you? What gang are you?
Bro, I come here. I be that sex that super fly, living a 9-5 lifestyle. I'm repping sex, money, and murder. I'm stuck on whoever can peep through life and after. Come on, nigga, come on, G, I'm really like that for real.
I covered the story of Lil Pyru half a year ago, the mentally challenged Caucasian claiming Colombian who swears he's a Baltimore blood from the South Bronx.
What the
and
fuck?
as confusing as that sounds, you'll have to watch the video to see how fucked he really is. But I saw a live of Lil Pyru and Fly Soldier and decided to reach out to Fly since he's claiming sex, money, murder. Lil Pyru is obviously Fugazi, and Lil Pyru is claiming to be from Soundview, the fucking birthplace of sex, money, murder. So in my mind, if one's fake, the other one's gotta be too. Surprisingly, Fly was a likable person and kept everything real, which is what I respect about him. More or less, the Island Boys were blessed in to sex, money, murder by a rapper named 21 Murky, who's apparently from Florida but affiliated with 21 Savage's people out in Atlanta.
Since I created you, I taught you everything you know about this blood shit. Man, I taught that nigga everything he know about this blood shit.
Fly was honest about the whole situation and said nothing about it felt real, but they ran with it up until they fell out with 21 Murky and cut ties. Now 21 Murky apparently isn't even 21 anymore, moved to LA and switched up his whole style, renaming himself to XO Murky. Meanwhile,
What?
the twins seem to have left the gang shit in the past, as they were never gang to begin with, and the gang rumors would resurface as they shared a story on No Jumpers podcast of allegedly being kidnapped by Bloods, but there wasn't one blood in that fucking story. It seems like people like hating on the twins, and it's that same hate that gives them attention, but their vibe turns haters into fans. I don't look at either one of them as killers, and even though they got all the gang tattoos from 5-point crowns to blood and slime leaking from their chest, they were misled by somebody who shouldn't have done what he did, and that doesn't fall on them. That falls on Lil Uzi Merc. Since juvenile paperwork is only accessible to the lawyer, the parents, and the juvenile who was charged, nobody has the public access to look it up. But since it states Red was arrested from this incident, he'd technically be able to go to the Palm Beach County clerk and receive a copy just like Scott did, and that's the only way he'd be able to disprove the paperwork. Come to find out it's legit and he actually did give a statement. It's 2021. I highly fucking doubt it'll have an impact on his career. As snitching is so watered down now, motherfuckers literally have their own definition and say that there's a difference between snitching and telling. Now, I've never spoke with Red, I've only spoke with Fly, and this was around the time I did the Lil Pyru video.
This whole new shit is this shit is fucked up, bro. This shit is actually WWF nowadays. This rap industry, this rap label shit. I mean, rap music, entertainment music shit. This shit is just the nigga that put them on moved to LA and became a whole different character. Like niggas is changing characters. It's like Mortal Kombat. It's just like wrestling, nigga. Like what the fuck? Island boy, hey, with the island boy. Man, y'all niggas stay woke, man.